Take a picture of my grandmother sitting here.
She looked at Richard and she says, "We're not going to Naples, are we?"
No. They thought they were going out to eat and picking rose apples. Hey, Lynn.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noelle. Happy birthday to you.
You were supposed to go to Naples.
You are here last minute.
Yes, a lot of them. I saw you on TV.
Oh,
You stood right in front of it for 5 minutes. All the kids.
I went out and I had them keep making some. She didn't know anything about it.
Father?
Yes, I'm coming. That wasn't easy to do.
Surprise?
Well, yeah. No, we're not going to have anything big.
No, I was going to be for next Sunday.
For Jackie. I thought you were going back home.
Mother, you're
Not home for the holidays.
Where do you think Father's been disappearing to?
I don't know.
You got so
You made a lot of trips of road.
you can't trust nobody anymore,
When
you
things
know?
get kind of rough this week, I came over and told Rose, I said, you call her up, and Jane and you are going to take her to Naples for a meal today. And then she said, well, I said, later this week there'll be a little party. I said, you don't mind if it's next Sunday after your birthday? Oh, no, as long as I get something.
Noella?
Yes, sir, it's in my...
Noella asked for a rain check.
Are you ready, Jane?
All right.
Father wanted to get Mother something very special for her birthday. So we had this pendant created. It's in a hat. It has all the birthstones, and in the middle is Father's birthstone and Mother's birthstone. Would you like to do that?
I will try. This is...
You get the shakes?
Boy, that cost some money.
You'll hear that more.
The other day, he wanted money. I just said to work and I get some money, so I gave him his money bag.
There. Turn around there.
Let's see.
She has given so much.
Do that again.
She has given so much through the years, time that she gets a little back.
Okay. Polly would like you to do that again. A smooch. The lady taking pictures. She's my neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We have one more surprise. And Richard's going to do this.
Oh,
I don't know about that one.
Us kids got together. Get you a pendant,
A pen.
a pen,
Just pull it out.
just pull it out.
Yeah.
With all our kids' birthstones,
oh, yeah, yes,
And
yes.
Father up there.
father up there.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, Lucy will probably ought to put that, because I'll stick you there.
Down right over on this side. Did you see it? See?
Boy, that's nice.
It's going to be all jeweled up.
I'll have to give you a big bonus.
So yeah, everybody chipped in, don't forget that.
Oh, that's right. All you girls.
I'll get some.
There? Okay.
Now everything shines.
Now don't move. Next, Richard. I think the ladies passed the toast
Toast,
around.
everybody have,
gonna have a few pictures, let's get all the
oh, that's
children.
right,
Okay.
we have pictures.
Okay.
But while the ladies taking pictures, the kitchen ladies are gonna be passing around the toast.
Yes.
So everybody stay right where you are. Why don't you come forward here so we can, Polly's gonna place this. Come on,
Where you going?
right here.
All the
Oh, I
kids.
see, get up the back room.
Jane, Roland, Ann.
Oh,
Roland.
See, you've been drilling me. I just
Now, don't get shy. I want to see all faces. What you eating?
Jane, come back here.
Rose.
Right here.
Oh,
Rose is tall.
You're tall, yeah.
I'm gonna have to stand by Roland.
Why don't you stand here, why don't I stand?
No, Richard ought to be next to Mother.
No, I want to stand right here between
Right between the two.
You two are gonna have to get a little closer. All right.
Yeah, we just showed my
you no problem.
Yeah, that's better.
Where's Jane? Jane?
She's getting her camera.
Jerry, I don't have any film.
Film.
I don't have
Well, Polly will take all kinds of pictures, Jane. Just
We'll
It'll
get
be.
the
Okay. I've got some film.
We're gonna wing it. Do it.
Okay. Just rose that way a little bit. I just want to make sure I get you. Okay. And I gotta get you in a little bit more. Okay.
Get us all?
Yeah, if you say pepperoni, we got you all.
Okay, everybody smile. We're gonna do a lot of them. Somebody's moving. One more. Enough with there?
go over there. Take one from that end.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget, we should
Jeremy,
get
check my
hungry too, you
video
know.
camera.
Well, you're late.
Okay, Ann,
Well, I was told to be late.
Oh, you were?
we need to get you over this way a little bit.
There we go.
There you go. A little closer there. Okay? One more. Okay?
Ooh,
More?
Okay.
no.
Okay, we're passing up the
The
toast.
Oh,
toast,
yeah.
Stay right
When
there.
there's sound, food is coming.
Jane, Roland.
Who's that little one?
Just Richard's gonna announce.
Oh! You really got them all out here, haven't you? Where's Laurie? Oh!
Stay right here. Grab a glass.
Yeah?
Oh.
Grab a glass. It's a ginger ale.
Boy, we'll sing after that, Mother. We'll hear that a lot today. She's known as Mother.
Make sure you're only out of one.
Go see your mommy. Your mommy wants you.
Yes,
You got you double header?
double
Eyes,
header.
I'm gonna help you if daddy gets ugly.
Your attention, just a minute.
Everybody got a toaster?
Everybody got a toast?
No,
But
not yet.
before we do this, Richard's gonna have a toast. But after we get done doing the toast, we're gonna form a line to the buffet table. The head table's gonna go first, followed by the aunts and the uncles and the in-laws and the grandchildren from the porch. The grandchildren from the porch. After you're done eating, we got a program that we're gonna do. So if you could stay seated, and if you roam around when we get ready, we'll tell you to sit down. Enjoy your day, and hope you all have fun. Richard's gonna do the toast.
Rohan, move in a little, dear.
To our special mother, on your very special day, we are here to honor you and show you our appreciation for what you've done for us over the years. This is your day.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at my lips on this glass. Roland.
She get a lot to do today.
We can put our glasses back on the table. Well, I'll take these.
The only thing that's swivel.
Okay, let me, stay right there.
Richard's gonna take you to the food line.
Okay.
Okay?
This
That
way.
way.
Jermaine,
She was, that was not easy to do, you know.
They running water.
I got it. Keep on going. I got it. Jermaine and Uncle Leo were really looking for that.
Leo's name was
Oh, he did. What was it? Maud?
Molly, Molly.
Maud? Probably Molly. Oh, I can't remember this one.
Aunt Jermaine had that picture. We've been scrounging.
Right, yeah.
She had that one, and she had this one.
know, he's from my generation, so he just thought.
While the bell takes care of that.
Yep.
Never get something.
We're going to proceed with the next part of our program. Everybody find a seat?
We went all right. my baptism is particular that. There was always a place. He said, the noise don't bother me. He said, I can speak louder than them. I got
Well, we have a little too where they kiss their
That's where they have in mechanical.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what he corrected last
Thank you.
Okay, oh, yes, dynamite. Dynamite.
Can I have your attention? That's Paul. Mother's gonna cut her birthday cake. Then the ladies from the kitchen will take the cake away and we'll go proceed with our program. So there's something to cut you.
Is the cake gonna come back?
We'll have the cake and ice cream at the end of our program. We'll make a big one. Yeah. You gotta give father a bite.
Oh, no. That's not a...
A father can give you a bite.
Yes, definitely. I gotta go reverse it. Almost 60 years. Uh-oh. 60 years ago, we was talking about wedding. Wait a minute, this thing's falling apart. Here, take a
bite.
Here, take the rest.
Des beaux photos comme la reine puis la roi. Oh, wow, hey, that must be comfortable, huh?
These are my boys.
Would you stand with them so I can get a picture? Oh, there's a girl, too. Where's Lynn? Lynn, come on.
Aunt Irene wants a picture.
Yes, I don't know you people. Oh, that's it. Yeah?
Lynn, wait a minute, Lynn.
We haven't seen them, have you?
I've never seen them.
Okay. Didn't I do a nice job? Do you want the father in this?
Where's the father?
You want the father in this? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now you need to get there and announce our winner. The red book?
Yes, you got the front row seat.
Got a friend too, huh? Came to the party. Wait,
No, we gotta focus here.
Some things never change.
Hey, down in front there.
Shut the door, Rob.
Yeah, way out there, Paul.
And her mother.
Oh, and her mother.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Let's go find a place to sit down, Royster.
Luann has a slideshow she worked very, very hard on. Luann, the floor is yours.
I decided I was going to do this without any notes. So sometimes I lose my mind. So
We all understand senior moment.
Okay. And what I want you to be sure is, if I make a mistake, butt right in, correct me.
Oh, no.
And especially you, Irene, I want all your input.
I promise.
No, I don't want you to. And
Am I in anybody's
this
way?
is for you, Mother. It's about you, but I think more important, it's for all your grandchildren. Because the rest of us, the older ones in the room, we kind of know what your life has been like, but I don't think the grandchildren really know where you came from. This is your life.
Mike, you see in the corner there?
Can everyone see? Mike, you come right over here next to Uncle Richard. I don't want you to miss this. Born Noella Rose Berlin on December 25th, 1919, the second child but the first daughter of Cyril and Rose Garcia Berlin. She had an older brother. Now where's DJ? Do you know where Mimi's older brother is? He's in this room. He is in this room. Look the place over. Stand up, DJ. You choose somebody that looks like Mimi's older brother. And when she was 4 years old, they moved from the city and onto a small farm on the Hardscrabble Road in Poland. Now you can find your older brother. His mouth is wide open. And Bibi also had a younger sister. You see her? Can you tell which one is your grandmother? The one over here. And that's, you know, her older brother, your great uncle Leo, and her sister. They're all 2 years apart. And do you know where Bibi's sister is? Here in the room. You would know, wouldn't you?
No.
Aunt Jermaine, see?
Stand up, Aunt
Stand
Jermaine.
up, Aunt Jermaine. She looks the same. She hasn't changed her beard. About this age, her mother taught her to sew, and to knit, and to crochet. And her father, who was a blacksmith, my grandfather, your great-grandfather, taught her about business because he was a blacksmith, and when he would shoe horses, he'd come home with his money, and he said, I shoot so many horses, or I made so much money, how many horses did I shoe? And Grammy would learn to the business.
Grammy would count the horses and then divide it by 4.
Mother. Okay, not Grammy, Mother. All right. This is a picture of Mother's graduation from the 8th grade. And though Mother never graduated from high school, she is what we consider a self-educated woman because she has an excellent mind for business and for problem solving. And Mother has always been good at the books and understanding finances and certainly staying one step ahead of the IRS.
Great diplomat. Great diplomat.
Yeah. When she was 17 years old, I think she went to work in the shoe shop. I don't think she went by horse. I think she went by way of Uncle Leo driving her. You didn't charge her for taking her to work, did you, Uncle Leo? You were a good big brother, right? This is your Aunt Jermaine, a great Aunt Jermaine, and I don't know the other people. Mother, do you know the other people?
Well, that's Leo on the other side.
Is that Uncle Leo on the right?
Yeah.
Oh, and this little
That
guy?
was the cousin.
That was the cousin.
Yeah.
At about this same time, Roseanne Hemond came to call with her young son, Roland. I think she was going to schedule some horseshoeing for their horses, but we know that what she was up to. She was matchmaking. And so I think it was in 1938 that she started dating Father, and 2 years later, on September 2nd, 1940, at Sacred Heart Church, they were married.
Right.
And what, if you don't know this, you should all know, is Mother made her own wedding dress.
Rose.
She also had made her hope chest, she had made to buy the bedroom set. Jeff, I want you to turn that focus a little because it's still not coming in very clear, and it's going to focus after the first one. The other way. Is it mine? There, that's better. Okay. For you people who do not know who was in their wedding party, this is my father's father, Alphonse Hemond. This is his father's brother, Uncle John, is right here. There's that Aunt Germaine again. We can't get rid of her, can we? Mother and father, Uncle Leo, Aunt Rita, who's not here, and mother's father, Grandfather Furlan. This slide shows them on their way to the honeymoon. I think it's a brand new car, and for all people who know cars, can tell us, Uncle John, what year is this car?
1939.
Plymouth?
Yeah.
Plymouth.
Good one.
After they returned from the honeymoon, the first place they went to live was at Uncle John's house, I think where you live now, right, Uncle
No,
John?
they lived in Royston.
No, I think, because Mother froze in your house, Uncle John. And she's never warmed up since. She doesn't like the cold. I think they lived there about 6 months. And then they moved to an apartment across from Ed Little so Father could be closer to his work at...
And Mother was working in the shoe shop.
Yes, and Mother's working in the shoe shop. But one of the first things that Mother wanted to do after they got married, do you know what it was, Aunt Irene, the first thing she wanted to do after they got married? You should remember. She wanted to get her driver's license. And you took her.
Oh, really?
Yes. To get her driver's license.
You mean I had my license before she did?
I think so. That's something? And they stayed in this apartment for 6 months, and then they moved to an apartment on the 4th floor in River Street in Lewiston, and that's where Lucille Rose was born on January 5th, 1942.
That was better known as the Petit Canada.
Little Canada, yeah. And they only stayed there for about a month. And then they moved again, this time, I gotta get this right, Uncle John, to the farm at the end of the road. Is it called the Hunt Farm? But we always called it, Uncle John, what was it? Pulsifer Farm?
Yeah.
We always referred to it as the farm, Uncle John's farm that burned. At the end of the road. And they were living there when Jane was born, Jane Roseanne, January 5th, 1943. Now, how would you like to be two sisters have the same birthday? Not fun. These two did. Father, what?
I would like to point out one thing, going back, that on the Mother thinking her bio, what do you call it?
Memoir.
And she mentioned that when she was growing up, she was kind of a loner. She did not mix up with Uncle Leo. Jermaine, she stayed home by herself. She was on the way to be an old maid, which didn't work out. And she had made the comment there that her wedding day was her happiest day of her life, to have a chance to get out on her own. I didn't want that to be left out.
Okay, we won't leave that out.
Now these people.
Now I've lost my train of thought. Jane's just been born. Okay, we're still at Uncle John's house at the end of the road. The Pulsifer Farm. And I was born, this is kind of complex to me because I wasn't there.
But I was working nights too.
And Father was working nights. And I was born a year later, on March 30th, 1944. Now you all know how old I am. And, after that, I think you moved down to where Cousin Johnny farms now, at Grandfather's house, back and forth a few times. But finally, now you got to realize that there was a war going on, and that Father had a deferment for several years, and that was coming to the end. So either he had one of two choices. Either he was going to go into the Army, or he was going to go farming. So, not too tough a choice here.
He
We
was
go
working
farming.
at H.P. Wood at the time.
Yes, he was working at Woods. So he decided to go farming. And first you went farming with your father and Uncle John. And then in June, finally, I can move the slide, in 1945, they bought the farm down in the valley where Mother finally unpacked her bags for the last time, and she's still here. This, we kind of put two pictures together, and this is probably a little later than 45, but it gives you the basic idea. They had this real old tie-saw van and the house, and there was a processing business here, and Father was in the milk business. Also, September 19th, 1945, Rosalie, Claire, and Aunt Teresa was there, weren't you?
Yes.
How was that, Aunt Teresa? Was it an easy delivery?
Yes, it was.
Good.
It was
We didn't have any brain damage? Everything went fine.
He was born at home.
Rose was born at home. Mother is not a person that likes to shop. She never liked to shop. So we always had a large garden. We had, she did a lot of canning. We had the bread man come, the fish man come. But every now and then, the four of us girls would get into this truck, and Mother would go to Ridley's store that was in Hackett's Mills. And that was quite a treat for us, because that was the first time we had a taste of Orange Crush. I remember that. And Milky Ways. Lucille's got a better picture on her display of Mother with all of us girls except me. I didn't want my picture taken, so I was sitting in the cab, so you can't really see me in the truck.
Now, you tell what happened to that trip.
Should I tell what happened
Yes.
on this trip? Yeah, I was the only one that remembered this, except you, Father, right? Well, on the way back from Ridley's store in this truck, some girl was squabbling over Oreo cookies. I don't know who. It could not have been me, but I'm the only one that remembers the story. And in the process of Mother reaching over and saying, "That's enough, girls," the truck went off the road. And Father had to come and fish us out. This, when did we build this, Father? 48, 49, Mother?
52.
Well, then I'm ahead of myself. This basically, the only reason I put this slide in, I think Lucille was down here in the corner and our dog, but it was the first building project that we did on the farm. And until 1948, it was just us four girls. And then on Mother's Day, May 9th, 1948, our brother Sonny was born. And Mother had waited a long time to finally have a little boy. And now look at these two guys. And October 1st of 1950, Ricky was born. And September 27th, 1952, 51, Bobby. Here we were.
I love this picture. This is so
What
great.
you should realize is, if you don't, that Mother was very clever and very frugal. She made us most of our clothes that we wore. She also knit our mittens, sweaters. She made our snowsuits. She even made all our Christmas presents. One Christmas, all four of us girls each got a doll that Mother had made, each a different color. I think mine was yellow, Lucille's was pink. I can't remember the other two. And she made the crib for the dolls, and she even made the dolls' clothes. And another Christmas, we all got school desks that Mother made. I know this is your program, Mother, but part of growing up, every Sunday night, the whole bunch of us would go up and visit Mimi and Pepe. 7 o'clock. They had TV, don't forget. We didn't have TV. This was such a treat for us growing up. I don't think you can imagine. We all had a duty to do. Us girls had to fill Mimi's wood box. So we would go down the cellar, and Uncle John was in the egg business. Down the cellar, we'd look over his egg business. And then we'd take all the wood, and we'd climb up the cellar stairs and fill her wood box. And when we got all done, when Aunt Irene was not there, when she was on a date, we would ask Mother, and we would ask May, can we go to Aunt Irene's room? And they would say, don't touch. Just look. Don't touch anything in her room. So we would all go into her room and we would look. And she had the best stuff. She had little perfume bottles. She had jewelry. She had makeup. She had high heel shoes. It was just like being in the house of the princess. Yeah. And then when she was home, now I didn't remember this. Lucille said, remember you used to have a stash of candy bags within the bathroom, and you could take us in there and give us each a candy bag. Our grandmother Hemond was a wonderful woman. We just loved her to pieces. And if you want to know what she was like, she was exactly like Aunt Irene. Exactly. The same personality, the same nice disposition. Well, I've heard that this looks like a bunch of barn cats, and the one in the back looks like the one no one can tame. But Mother was very, very busy. During the 50s, Father's business was growing. We had a lot to do. Mother was very, very busy. I put this slide in because all of us girls thought Lucille was just so bossy. She was just telling us what to do, where to do it, when to move, when not to move, and we were always But we know now that Mother depended on Lucille, and she was her #1 assistant, and she helped especially with the boys. I think she carried Ricky forever. I don't know, are you still holding on to Ricky? You noticed that this program, she stood right next to Ricky and helped him out. Mother had Lucille and Jane helping her in the house, and so she told Rose and I, you go to the barn and you stay out of trouble and you help your father. Well, in the summertime, when the men were all out in the fields, Mother would come and start the milking. Now, I know there's a cow here, Peggy, right here. I can tell by her tail. Mother said, now that's a very nice cow. And I'll show you how to milk Peggy. You won't have any problems. I was 11 years old, I think. Mother showed me how to milk Peggy. I think I've milked millions of cows since then. But I never forgot Peggy.
Brilliant.
She took the time to show me how to milk cows, how to do things. That's something Father never did. He never had the time. He was too busy. Mother was the one that took the time to show us.
Roland, Mother never would get upset if something was wrong.
No.
She would never holler and scream at you.
No.
She had the patience.
This cow was born in grades. And probably doesn't mean anything to the rest of you in the room, but it means something to me because she was on my side. And she, at that time, I think that was in the mid-50s, she had set a record in the state of Maine for production. And Mother was so busy at this time between helping in the barn, taking care of all of us children. Rita was born April 4th, 1955, having a new baby, running errands, even having to do some of the milk coots. I remember on Sundays when we had to go on the milk coots on Sundays. And she didn't really have a lot of time to take us 4 girls and do something special. So when Aunt Irene offered to haul us all to Old Orchard, Mother gave us each a lunch and gave Aunt Irene $4 and said, girls, go and have fun. And boy, did we have fun. Aunt Irene will tell you all the Old Orchard stories. Ooh, I won't tell them, okay? This picture was taken Easter Sunday, I believe 1957. I can tell by Rita because she looks about 2 years old. Mother had made the suits for the boys and Rita's dress. A little earlier than this, our oldest brother, Sonny, started showing signs of not feeling well. And I think it started probably the year before when he started fainting. So besides all of Mother's duties, she now had something else to worry about. And she spent many trips to the doctor's office. She had to make trips to the Children's Hospital in Boston. And Sonny was a very quiet, a very smart little boy. He did his chores, and he had probably the worst job of all of us, in that he had to take the straws and the caps out of the bottles that were returning from the schools and dump out the milk, get ready for washing. And even when he was very sick, Sonny always did his chores. Today, they could cure him. Then, they couldn't. And Sonny died. Of course, this is Bobby. Now, Bobby was the mischief maker in the family. He was a little devil, and if you don't believe me, you ask your Uncle Richard or you ask your son Richard, because he had a close call because Bobby was being a little devil, and we were all in the barn, and he took Ricky's cat and just threw it right in the bullpen. Go get it, Ricky. And Ricky said, okay. Into the bullpen he went, and if Mother would have been there, I don't know what would have happened, because the bull just turned around, picked Ricky right up, put him right against the vase, and fast thinking Aunt Rose got a scoop of grain and grained the bull, and Mother yanked Ricky right out of there. I think Bobby got a spanking for that, I'm not sure. But he was having fun. He had his mother's love for money, because every time Mother was sitting at her desk having to count the money from when the delivery trucks had come back, Bobby would sit right with her, count all her pennies, roll them right up. And he also loved helping Rose and I with our 4-H projects. When we were out washing our heifers, Bobby was there hosing them down and hosing us down too. So it seems so unfair that two little boys should both have the same heart condition and they both should die. But they did, and Uncle Andy knows how tragic it was when Bobby died. But Mother was a very strong woman, is a very strong woman. She did not let her grief take over her. Us girls were into everything. We were into 4-H. This is a nice picture of you, Jane, showing hope, isn't it? Isn't that hope?
Hopeless hope.
Hopeless hope, yeah. And we had a nice picture of Rose, but it kept jamming, so we just took it out. And Rose and I, though we all did some showing, Rose and I did most of the showing, and Jane and Lucille, Mother, had taught to sew, and they were in 4-H style dress review with their dresses. And there we go. And Jane and Lucille and Rose had all asked to be in the dairy parade, and so Mother got these girls all ready, tuned them right up. They didn't ask me. That's a nice picture of you, Lucille. I like the old cars. Look at all the old cars.
Is that on Main Street?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Main
It used to be a really big thing in the 50s and 60s, the dairy parade. Mother also, you should know, taught us all to drive. Rose and I have been doing a little practicing on the side. Out in the fields, and Father would say, well, move that pickup, and we'd all right, we'd go. So we were practicing on the side. Mother was the one that had the patience to teach us all to drive with a standard now, guys, not with an automatic, with a standard, and parallel parking on a hill. We were all, this is taken in the early 60s, doing a lot more to help Lucille and Jane did a lot to help Mother in the milkroom, because Mother did a lot of the work in the milkroom with the processing. And Ricky and Rose and I, we'd help Father. I put this in because we saw Father many, many hours out mowing with that side mower and the conditioner behind. And this is
that Rose?
Rose on the rake and Richard being very unsafe. I have a story to tell about Richard and I raking. Over at Mrs. Duran's field, which is right beside us, I used to do a lot of the raking. And Father said, you take that boy out there and you teach him how to rake that field. I said, well, all right. I didn't want my little brother hanging around. As it was, he had to stand beside me. And we came around the corner on the back side of the field. It was kind of wet and greasy. And I was just cutting, it was a tricycle front end tractor, and I just was cutting it too sharp. And so it just didn't climb, it just would skid. So I would back down, and I would try it again. And I would back down. Boy, this time the steam was just rising, you know, because I wasn't making the hill. And Richard said, well, you're cutting your wheel too sharp. And I looked at him and I said, oh, so you think you know how to get out of here? Well, you just take right over. He just said, all right. He reached over and he just took the steering wheel, straightened it out a little, and up the hill we went.
I bet he ain't let you forget it.
He never mentions it. Yeah, I don't think he remembers it. Well. In 1962, on October 4th, Ann Noella. That's the youngest picture I had. Where is Ann? Over there. Yes, without real little baby pictures, Ann, okay? I don't know if this is the cat whose name is your cat. Siamese cat. Siamese cat. But Ann was kind of the answer to Mother's prayers because now she had another project and she's been a big project. And she had something to do, something to keep Mother's mind off the boys and another baby to take care of. 3 weeks after Ann was born, Lucille and Paul were married. That's not the best picture of you, Paul, but I'll tell you what. I looked through enough slides of your wedding. I said, I'm taking the next one that comes along, and that was it. Rita, fix the focus on that again, Jeffrey. Rita was a flower girl. And I haven't said an awful lot about Rita. That's good. Rita was very, very much a mother's girl. She was, I think, even scared of her father a little bit. Every time somebody would come, she would run and hide. Especially the oil man. Remember when the oil man came? Rita would run and hide. Rita was very quiet. She was very shy. She was very smart. She was a straight A student, and she hadn't missed a day of school in 5 or 6 years. This was all of us as of 1965. Rachel, how do you like your mother's hair? Whoa! I had to put this in, Rose. I just had to. I don't know how many times Mother had to take Rose to all her pageants. And this one, she finally won. Androscoggin Farm Bureau Queen. During the late 60s, Ricky was doing a lot more on the farm. This is Ann and Rita. I think that's Ann's first day of school. And I think that's the bus driver is Joe DeMoore, but there was a time when Wesley Gilpatrick drove the school bus when there were 7 of us getting on the bus at once. Rita took good care of her little sister. And we got Richard graduated from high school in the late 60s.
A little orthodontia going on there.
Look! 2 new teeth! Also in the late 60s, Mother and Father bought the lot on Green Pond and built this camp. And this is one of the few leisure things that Mother has done that she's really, really liked. She's loved having the grandchildren come, and that's Lucille's two boys, Philip and Peter. I think Ann's on the other side instigating something. And they've enjoyed having all the aunts and other uncles when they get together in the summer. But that was done in the late 60s. Oh, there's Ann again. Staying real close. That was taken at the 30th, I believe so.
Oh, me.
That's Jackie.
That's Jackie.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Jackie
And Ian.
is Jane's oldest, and that's Ann with a cat. I like this slide, because this was taken at Rose's wedding in 1970. I think that's a really good picture of my grandfather Ferlin, because as much as we enjoyed going over to the Hemonds, we also enjoyed our grandfather Ferlin very much. Mother has a lot of his traits. He was wonderful to his grandchildren. He always had time for us. Mother did not like his way of cracking walnuts, especially on the arms of her nice chairs. But it didn't matter when he came. When he came to visit, he used to smoke his pipe. Whoever was the youngest one, he would pick him up and rock him. And I don't think it mattered if it was at house or at Uncle Leo's or at Aunt Germaine's. They were all special. He's a very special man. This picture was taken at Ricky's wedding in 1971, Ricky and Debbie. And 1971 is the year that we do not really like to talk about a lot, but we have to. It was a year of a lot of joy in the family and a lot of sorrow. The joy came when Miss Rachel was born in March, and Ricky was married in May. And the sorrow came because Paul and Lucille's littlest boy, little Paul, died suddenly in April. And grandfather Ferlin died 3 days after Ricky's wedding in May. And then, of course, the terrible fire in December, in which Peter, Philip, and Patrick, and Rita all perished. During the 70s and 80s, Mother and Father spent a lot of time making a lot of butter, watching their family grow, their grandchildren. Those two of mine, Mikey and the little imp too, and Lynn. Now, I wish this was lighter. I knew we were going to have trouble if it was really dark. But this is a picture of all of the grandchildren, except Jackie. I don't know where you were. You're
All
not
right,
there.
me. I was no bathing beauty, so.
Well, if you have really good eyes, which I don't think
Is
anybody
that
does.
John, Jerry,
John, Jerry, Alan,
Alan,
Tina. Those John, Alan, and Tina were Lucille and Paul's adopted children.
Okay.
Greg.
Is that Greg?
Greg, right here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Mark,
Mark,
Rachel, Lita, Lynn,
Lynn,
Marshall, Jeffrey, Robbie, Mike, and Dawn, you're down there. In the shadows.
Marshall had to wear the cap because he had tubes in his ears.
Marshall had to wear the cap because he had tubes in his ears.
That's right. I remember that.
We don't have Laurie and DJ, but they came along. That's you, DJ. And why do you think I have a slide of you in a high chair? Because now Grammy is doing something else, what she really likes to do, take care of babies. She's helping Ann with you, and she's helping Ann with Laurie, and she's helping Father on the farm. Mother doesn't take care of the calves anymore, but up until the early 90s, Mother did a lot of taking care of the calves.
Is that Laurie and DJ? Isn't it?
That's Laurie and DJ. Now, one thing I should mention about Mother, I don't have a good slide, but early in the 90s, Mother took the time to do the genealogy for all of us. She traced all of the Hemonds, the plants, the Furlans, and the Gothias, and she made us all really nice notebooks so we can hand them down. And she got back to doing things that she enjoys the most. Back to her knitting. At my house, we all have booties, and we all wear them. Thank you, Mother. She folds these towels. Now, what other woman would fold towels for the milking crew so they can have washes and folds these towels? Frugal Mother.
How many?
How many? I don't know. How many she folds?
150 twice a day.
150 twice a day. She still makes her trips to the bank. I should have had a picture of Blair in here. Every Monday, she goes and visits a lady at the bank,
Oh,
just
more
to be
often than
social. This is one of Mother's favorite places in the house. Lucille has made her all of these special little things in this cabinet. Mother's got all her special things in this cabinet. And this year, they built a sunroom onto the house. Mother's wanted a sunroom for a long time. Now she has a sunroom. And she can sit in the sun and do whatever she pleases. And right now she pleases to write her memoirs. So, that's kind of the end of my program. Anybody wants to add anything? If I left anything out, Mother, we appreciate everything you've done for us and helping us to grow into better adults. Mother had a very strong sense of family when we were growing up. She is a person that is very, very optimistic. Mother never, the glass is always half full. Tomorrow is always a better day. She's going to stand by her man no matter what. And we've been very fortunate.
Well, Ann,
What?
talking about bossy Lucille. Don't hold me to that, Lucille. You probably remember that. Grandpa Furlan was in the hospital, I'd say, in the 50s because he had a Dodge pickup. For some reason or other, the baby was in the front seat, you and I think Rose and Lucille were out back. Now, Lucille, you little girls got kind of a little naughty, and Lucille was going to straighten you out. And I was behind, and your mother had to pull the pickup over, a big piece out there.
So,
Well, Ann, I would like to mention that she has the patience.
well, I wanted to continue
You miss
this.
out something.
I missed out something. I got to thinking that we all inherit qualities from our parents. We have a little of both of them, and I was thinking, what qualities do we each have that come from Mother? Did we inherit from Mother? And of course, Lucille and Jane and Rose all have Mother's wonderful ability to sew, to knit, to do things with their hands. Ann and I were totally left out of that. But Lucille inherited Mother's business sense, her ability to organize. All you have to do is look at this display. Lucille can organize anything. She also can endure great tragedy and keep going on. Jane, I always felt, was the most like Mother of all of us because Jane will do anything for anybody. She never says no, and she has Mother's personality. Rose has Mother's patience. She has Mother's ability to do projects. She has Mother's ability to wait on people, right, Rose? Ricky has Mother's personality. Ricky doesn't have any enemies. He gets along with everyone. I always felt Ricky was probably the forgotten child of us, all of us, because he never complained. And Mother never complains. Sonny and Rita had Mother's disposition in which they were very quiet. They liked to do things alone. Now the last three. Bobby, myself, and Ann. Well, boy, we had the Hemond genes stacked a little heavy. I felt that Bobby and I had Mother's, we liked the financial end of everything. And I think that's what I inherited from Mother. I enjoy finances. And I also stay a step ahead of the IRS too, Mother. Anne, without a doubt, was the hardest. I had a hard time trying to find Mother's qualities in Anne. But she does look like Mother when she was younger, and she is right straight to the point like Mother. She doesn't mess around. And if anybody can think of any other good things, please.
Why don't you say when Mother broke her hand, what she went through? Do you know about it?
I do not know. Why don't you say,
All
Father,
right.
Mother?
A year ago, last April, 2 years April, she went over there to borrow one, and she accidentally fell and broke her arm way up high. She picked herself off the floor and picked up this broken arm and pushed it back in place, which she said made crunch.
Can everybody hear this? Okay.
And then she got back in the pickup and drove up in the field of Richard Ward to deliver the bag of seed, drove back to the house with this broken arm holding on to it. Then she went down in the back where Rose, Ann was working, not Rose, Ann, to get word to me out in the field. She had come home. That was late afternoon. So I get home. She wasn't crying. I was crying. Because I knew what, So we headed for the hospital, and sure enough, the arm was broken, the shoulder blade was pushed back, the wrist was all swollen up. So they could not put it in the cast, so we came home, and cut the story short, for almost 3 weeks, she stayed in the recliner, and I would come in, and I just couldn't hardly stand it, and I'd ask
Who
her,
waited on you, Father?
I can really short into that deal. But everybody don't know here, Mother, we call her Mother, has spoiled me rotten. Oh, yes, terrible. But anyway, yes, you're right. What happened then, I had to take care of myself, and I wanted to take care of her, because when I need trouble, Mother was very good to me. And so, every night, I would give her a total bath, but she lasted almost 3 weeks. She stayed in that recliner. Then she went on the couch, and it took about, I don't know,
8 weeks.
8 weeks or more.
And he had to sleep alone.
But what I was pointing to, she would say, give it time. Now, how many other women would say, how long am I going to put up with this?
Yeah.
And there was no need of this and that and that. Never did Mother ever says,
No, Mother doesn't complain.
no, doesn't complain.
No, and I've heard at my house many times, and it'd be very nice if you were a little bit more like your mother.
Gotta be that Hemond trait, right?
But no, we know that, Father.
But one thing,
Everyone in the room knows that.
but one thing I would like to say is I really, when new girls and Richard get together, 2 or 3 times, I said in. I couldn't sit in too long because I got to get home. So I could be gone. His mother would say, where have you been? And everyone was very agreeable on this program today. That really made me feel good.
Yes, we have, I think doing this has brought Lucille and Jane and Rose and I closer together because we almost have relived our childhood. And I've come to appreciate Lucille because I thought, gosh, she's this girl bossy. But Lucille is just so good at getting everything going, and of course Rose and Jane. And all I had to do was put these slides together and try not to forget something or somebody, and I hope I had got all your grandchildren in there at least once, Mother. And
all I had to do was keep Mother secret.
that's all you had to do.
Roland.
Very good.
I want to talk about Roland right now.
Okay.
When I come back from the service, there was Jane and Lucille I could get to. I hugged them and I kissed them. But when it came to Roland, the only way I could get her to come to me was show her my buttons on my sleeve first, then the buttons on my coat, then I have it made.
Something shiny.
Thank you, Roland. You did a very nice job as always. Does anyone else have anything to say?
Uncle George?
Uncle George, did you have something that you wanted to?
I thought I was gonna escape it there for a minute.
Okay.
Well, I wrote you something a little special, okay? It's all right because Roland is already sensitive. The reason for that was he came over about 2-3 days ago to make sure I was here. So I think he knows what my memory does. It forgets what's going on. Okay, I wrote this on my last trip to Canada where I was good and quiet. And let's see, that was December 14th. For your birthday of December 25th, 1999, dear Noella, a few days ago, while talking with Roland about your 80th birthday, I was wondering if the first time I saw you was at the new Sacred Heart Church in 1938. He said no, it was in the old church before that. I wonder why he remembered so well. Then it was the many Sundays after Mass that you rode back with us for dinner. You knew what you would, you knew what you wanted, and you knew how to get him through, and by being firm with the respectable behavior of most women of that day. It always pleased me to see you two together. Labor Day, 1940, your wedding. To me, it was the most pleasing event I've ever seen. It was so beautiful to see you two leaving in that shiny light blue 1939 Plymouth coupe. The war years, the beginning of a large family, and the lean times of beginning your own family. Haytime, 1945. I remember you driving the hay truck with two little girls, I think there was three now from what I heard, on the seat beside you and another well along its way. You had a husband that could easily outwork 3 ordinary men, and you went your limit to stay alongside him in all he needed. You both had the quality that assures success in both family and material things. For one to express gratefulness for these successes is to conserve them, and you have certainly done that. Okay, in this human life, oftentimes it seems that great successes are followed by great tragedies. The most severe of all tragedy is the loss of a child. For you, not just one, but 3. Dear Sister Noella, I want you to know that I, along with many others, share your sorrow for this extreme loss. But then, you know well that all things of great value must be earned. I want to guarantee you, for all the many years that these 3 little ones have been in life beyond, they've been preparing something special for you. It is a gift that you have so well earned and deserved. So when you join them, they'll present you with the most precious and supreme gift of all, happiness. Kind of a short history, huh? And there was something else I almost forgot. When Roland was over the other day, and he was talking about the first date he had with you. Do you remember what it was, Noella? Not so much a date, it was kind of an unplanned event, because we all knew that Mr. and Mrs. Furlan was coming over that Sunday afternoon, and Noella was coming, okay? I was 8 years old, I think. No, 10 years old, because you was married.
You must have slipped up along the line somewhere.
You say you did not remember that?
No.
Yeah. But I remember Father telling you to be sure to dress up neatly. So the Furlans appeared, and remember the father at home? We was sitting there, and I was sure to be there. Because I made, try to make myself invisible. So, but anyway, Noella was sitting there, and Roland came in and sat down, and things started, getting a little knowing each other. Pretty soon, Roland says to Noella, he says, "Would you like to come out and see the barn and the farm of it?" She says, "Yes!" That to me was your beginning of you two, okay? I think you're the greatest couple I have ever known who lived this lifetime. So congratulations.
Anyone else like to call?
Mom,
I'd like to tell you that for 37 years now I've been part of this family and I haven't regretted a second of it. And the other thing I'd like to say, I would like to have everybody give these children of Noella a round of applause for a hell of a day.
Okay, we've got one more part to our program. Then we're going to have cake and ice cream. But Aunt Rita couldn't be here with us today, but she did send a lovely poinsettia that's out front. We've also got to thank Oxford Bank and Northeast Financial Service for the flower arrangement. And for everybody coming, if you haven't signed the guest book, please sign it before you leave. We want you all to have a Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good day today. We enjoyed having you here. And Richard, we created a birthday card, or I created it, I guess. But Richard is going to read it. Oh, and we also made Mother a book. It's like all the pictures that are out front, so that she can put all her birthday cards and everything in here. And this is a copy of the card that Richard's going to read.
To our special mother on her 80th birthday. As we celebrate your special day, of those 80 years, 60 we must cover. You married to our father in 1940 with a dream come true. Along came the children, Lucille in 42, Jane in 43, Roland in 44, then Rosalie in 45. You moved to your farm in 45, and you still lived there in 99. After 4 girls, along came the boys, Sonny in 48, Richard in 50, Robert in 51. The farm is growing, and so that's all us kids. Rita was a surprise in 55, and we thought she was the end. And one more surprise was yet to come with Ann in 62. As in any family, things are not all sugar and spice. In 1957, Sonny died. In 59, Bobby died too. We figured you'd had your share of heartbreak, but there was still more to come. The year 1971 we'll never forget. First your grandson Paul, then your father Cyril, then the tragic December night, Rita and your grandsons Peter, Philip, and Patrick all died in a fire of bright lights. Time does heal, but you'll never forget. Through the years your life has gone on. You have 21 grandchildren, 15 great-grandchildren, and the list will go on. You always put everyone else first, thinking only of you last. But today you are first, and the queen of our hearts. I guess we got some ice cream and cake at the table. You want to have... Oh, Rose. Rose. I want to thank Rose for having this party here and cooking the food and doing a wonderful thing as always. Roland. For a wonderful show. And Lucille organizing everything. All these pictures you see, Lucille did all the paperwork, all the invitations. Who else is there? Jane worked in the kitchen helping, doing the organizing.
The cleanup committee.
Cameraman. And Ann with the flowers. Where is she? And going to the meetings and putting your input in. Everybody had an input on this. And our music man, Mike. There's Mike, there he is. Other than that, I hope everybody had a good time. We'll have your cake and ice cream and we can talk. And enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Very good.
Good job.
This way. This way.
Good kids.
Cross-stitch picture from Rita and Joe. That's Grampy's brother, sister and brother. The jewelry that Mother got, her necklace and her pin.